Alrighty, I think I'm good to get started if you are.
Oh yeah, always ready.
Okay, so for those that just showed up, my mic gave out, so I'm gonna be on my phone today. So if I sound a little bit different, I'm sorry. Apologize now. You probably all know me, but I'm Bubblegum Lightning on the Discord. You can call me Nate, whatever's easiest. I'm the PR guy, and I do copywriting, and I just published a book yesterday, so that was kind of cool. I'm here today with Kate from Change Now and Now Payments. And Kate, can you just tell us a little bit about what you do, what your role is with Change Now?
Yep, thanks. Yeah, I'm Kate. I am in charge of partnerships for both No Payments and Change Now. And it's really cool. You wrote a book. It's kind of my dream to publish a book one day. So um, it's amazing.
Hey, thanks. You should. You should write a book. What would it be on if you had to write a book?
Well, I have a sci-fi, something fantasy idea, but I also had an idea for like how to do marketing in Web3. So two books are in the pipeline for me.
That's kind of funny. That's kind of parallel to me. I actually started as a sci-fi writer and then started doing nonfiction with Caspa.
Awesome. Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
I should follow in your footsteps and actually start doing this and publish a book and take you as an example. It's amazing.
That would be sweet. I have some pointers
Yeah.
I can give you. A lot of things to
Awesome.
avoid too.
Awesome. Okay.
So, can you tell us a little bit about Change Now? Like, if you had to, give an elevator pitch, like a few lines to describe what Change Now is, can you just give us a little summary?
Yeah, my pleasure. Love talking about change now. So yeah, everybody says about the project that the project is unique, but in case of change now, I promise you it really is kind of unique because change now is an exchange service, but also a liquidity aggregator. It is something that both individuals, like users, can use, but also businesses. And the way it works is we support 900 cryptocurrencies on 60 something blockchains and allow users to do cross-chain swaps. And we choose the best rate for them because we source from several centralized exchanges and several decentralized exchanges. And we also can use projects' own liquidity. If they are not integrated anywhere, they can provide us with their liquidity and we will integrate them without being dependent on any like monopolistic big exchange out there. But what we also have, like I mentioned, is we allow businesses like Web3 projects to integrate cross-chain swaps using our exchange API. And that's what I like about us, that users, projects, businesses, influencers, bloggers, whatever and whoever can use us out there and just, spread adoption. Adoption is a word we use way too much, but, still, yeah. Anyway, that was a little bit long, but hope it's okay.
No, that was great. You set up actually a lot of questions I'm going to ask in a bit. But before we do that, can you do the same for Now Payments?
Yes. No payments, actually. I know I'm in charge of partnerships for both projects, but no payments is a little bit like my favorite kid. But you're not supposed to have a favorite one, but I do. And it's no payments. It's a crypto payment gateway that has a lot of tools for businesses to accept payments. We have something, for projects with development resources, like an API they can integrate on their website, and we have custom variations of this API. So we have a payment API, then we have a payment API for gaming, a special customized API solution for gaming. Then we have a custom solution for NFT marketplaces, and then for e-commerce marketplaces. And then we have e-commerce plugins, and anyone can integrate them in like several hours or something. I tried integrating a Shopify plugin for accepting crypto payments myself just to check how easy it was, and it was amazingly easy. And we have donation tools, sorry, mass payouts tools, and basically, literally any tool any business out there might want to use to integrate payments in cryptocurrency. We have that, as well as fiat conversion. And I'm not a fan of fiat conversion or fiat payments, because I'm a firm believer that one day there will be crypto payments everywhere. But fiat conversion is a good way to start onboarding more people, and that's why we have on-ramp and off-ramp, so that merchants are more comfortable with accepting crypto.
And now, Change Now also acts as a fiat on ramp and off ramp, correct?
Oh yeah, we do.
Awesome. So Change Now is a swap aggregator. Can you pretty much swap any kind of pairing? So can you do BTC to anything or Caspa to anything?
Yes. Yeah. So all the 900 assets we support, you can swap any asset from any asset. And with Caspa, I know maybe if you've tried swapping Caspa, for now it's available only as a pair to which you swap, and it's not like any issue on our side. It's just us slowly but steadily integrating Caspa, and it will be fully available like really soon, like at the beginning of August. But to answer your original question, anything to anything, yes.
Awesome. So now, when we use Change Now, I don't think we have really an EVM compatible wallet. Do you need to connect a wallet with Wallet Connect or anything to use Change Now, or is this something that we could send Caspa to an address, or have Change Now send the Caspa to our wallet?
Well, with both Change Now and No Payments, you can use basically any wallet you have, and the funds will go straight to your wallet. So it's not like a wallet connect thing or anything. It's just your own wallet, whichever it is, or even like just a wallet address that you use to send funds for exchange and then get funds that are already exchanged, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that does. So one of our major things is that Caspa's we're shooting to be an everyday use cryptocurrency. We want to have, be accessible for all microtransactions, any kind of small everyday use. Like we don't want to be waiting in lines for 10 minutes for a block to confirm. We want instant transactions and as fast as possible confirmation times. So when it comes to our everyday use mission, how does Change Now facilitate that goal?
That's a very cool goal. I think the best way to talk about this is maybe if I talk about no payments, because as a crypto payment gateway, we really try to cater to this, lightning fast speeds of our payments. And for example, if we talk about a payment process from the merchant side and from the user side, when a user pays with Cas, for example, on the user side, they will be able to see that the payment is kind of done the moment we recognize it on the blockchain, and then the merchant on the and after that the user can go anywhere after the payment, like in a normal life. And then on the merchant side, in the personal account, merchant account, they will be able to track the payment afterwards. So they have their statuses. They can see that the payment is changed from waiting, which means that the user hasn't paid yet, to being processed, which means that it's on blockchain and you can track it. And then because Cas is so fast, it will like immediately change to sorry, I forgot the names of our statuses, to finished. So it will change to finished, and everybody will be happy. But what I'm trying to say here is that we are trying to make the process as fast as possible from the user side of things, so that they can pay and be on their way. And on the merchant side of things, even if it's not, for example, as fast as from the user, it's still incredibly easy to track.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you're shooting to be as fast as us, which is always a pleasure. We don't like waiting on confirmation times, and that's probably our biggest complaint when it comes to exchanges. We don't like to wait. But now on top of you being a speedy exchange, you're also a limitless exchange. Isn't that correct? You have no upper limit of how much you can swap.
Yeah, that's true. It is actually is for now our slogan on the website of Limitless Web3 Exchange. I'm not sure if it makes sense, Limitless Web3 Exchange, but it is limitless in terms of no upper limits, and we have very small minimums because, like for example, if we take something like Cas, and if there is a payment, sorry, I'm again talking about no payments, but if there is a payment that would go Caspa from Caspa to Caspa, then the minimum amount for that payment would be incredibly low because the network fee would be very low, our service fee is very low, and it means that anybody would be able to send like, I don't know, several cents or something. I would have to check how low, but pretty low.
Yeah, that's great. We hate fees and love
Yeah.
trying to chop off the middleman to keep that overhead down, right? Like that's the goal at the end of the day for the merchants and the users. So I'm seeing that you have a now token. Can you explain what your now token does? Is it a utility token? Is it meant to be spent? What can you do with it?
It's a fun question. We do have a now token, but for now it's not really like our focus or anything. It's there. It's part of our ecosystem, and we do actually have like a kind of like an ecosystem because there is change now. There is no payments, like you probably already know because of this AMA. We also have no nodes. We have no wallet. I think we have now tracker, and to kind of top this ecosystem, we have a now token. But for now, like I said, it's not our main focus. But for example, we do accept payments in our now token for like some services that we do, and it's there. And maybe at some point we'll have a grand plan for this, but not right now. So it's not like Casper, for example, with its really amazing roadmap and everything.
Yeah, I mean everything's got its priorities and what they got to focus on. And I feel like you're going in the right direction as a swap exchange. Now you mentioned Now Wallet. Can does that store like a certain network type of tokens, or is this like compatible with anything that's on Change Now?
Well, if we're talking about tokens, like Ethereum or Polygon tokens, then anything that is on Change Now can be on a wallet. And if we're talking about blockchains, then a wallet has to do some development on their side to integrate. But basically, anything that is on Change Now, no wallet can integrate as well.
Oh, that's good to know. We'll be talking about that later, I think. And now, can you explain what the Now Tracker is? You don't have to go into super details, but just to give us an overview of what that was that you were mentioning.
Yeah, good question. Now I kind of regret I mentioned it because I don't really know that much about Node tracker. I just know we have it. Well, it's kind of like a portfolio tracker. What is that? Portfolio tracker where you can track how your assets are doing. Like I'm blanking on similar projects right now, but basically, for example, you're investing in several cryptocurrencies, and with Node tracker you can track their what's it called? How they're
Their
doing. Sorry.
performance.
Yeah, exactly.
So kind of like Coin Market Cap's portfolio builder, where
Well,
you
that's a
can like,
good comparison. I hope we can be like CoinMarketCap.
yeah. So they actually have like a portfolio that you can build and mirror what you're actually holding, and then you can kind of guesstimate what your portfolio is looking like.
Yeah, exactly. So like analyze and then make some decisions upon your analyzing, but no, not a financial advice.
So I'm gonna, before we get into now payments, I've got one more question on the change now part. I think it's changed now at least. You mentioned crypto loans. Is that through change now, and how does that work?
No, crypto loans. So it's one of our partners that's called CoinRabbit. It's not like in the now ecosystem, but it's one of the partners that we have, and we have partnered up in the way that so Change Now has oof, this is difficult to explain. So anybody can use Change Now without signing up, without logging in. Just go to the website and exchange. But you can also choose to sign up and have a personal account on Change Now. And in this personal account, you would be able to track your exchanges, to see your history, to have a permanent address, for example. So some kind of like cool pro features. And one of the features that you can have is to take this loan with this partner CoinRabbit that we have, and use it to invest or something. But as I'm not really in charge of that, I can't really share too much information about it. But I can send a Twitter link account somewhere here for you to check it out, because it's a really cool thing. It's like Binance or whatever. I think Binance has this functionality, but again, and I like to talk about that a lot. It's not this monopolistic, huge centralized exchange. It's something that you can use if you wanna bypass those, Binance-like stuff.
Oh, that's cool. So it's probably like some form of DeFi, like somebody's contributing liquidity, and then somebody's taking a loan on another crypto, so to speak.
Yeah, it's more into that direction. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so let's switch gears to now payments. Now, I'm pretty excited about now payments because one of my big focuses right now that I'm shifting into is merchants. We want more merchants, and we want to get some more use on the board. Now, if I'm a brand new merchant, and let's say I have, I don't know, Shopify, what do I need to do to get now payments on?
Yeah, so with no payments, it's amazingly easy, I hope, and I know. All you have to do if you're a merchant is you go to the website and you sign up. And when you sign up, you just have to enter your email and create a password for yourself. And then you are brought to your personal back office or personal merchant account where you can create, not create, where you add your wallet. And here's a very important note that you just kind of let the system know that this is the wallet address where the payments would go, but no payments doesn't have access to your wallet. So it's your wallet, your personal, private keys, and your funds. So you add your wallet address to where the payments would go, and then after that you will be able to create your API key. And with this API key, you are able to start integrating one of our solutions. So you were talking about Shopify. We have a Shopify plugin, and in your personal account, you would be able to find a an instruction on how to download our plugin and how to integrate it into your store. It With Shopify, it's a little bit more difficult, I think, than, for example, WooCommerce, which we also have, but like several hours or so, you can integrate it on your store, and then you can do lots of things. For example, you can choose what currencies people can pay you with. So we support 170 currencies, and you can limit them to, for example, Caspa only. Or you can choose to accept all of the currencies, but also you would add only a Caspa wallet. And if people pay you in any of the other cryptocurrencies we support, they would all be auto-exchanged to Casper. So people pay you in Bitcoin, you accept Casper. People pay you in USD, and you still accept Caspa because we have an on-ramp. And that's all supported by our plugins. Yeah, I think like a high-level overview, that's it.
That's pretty awesome. That was going to lead into my next question is how does the settlement work? So you can deposit or you can select what you want to receive, and then you could pick what you want to accept as payment. So that's pretty interesting, and that's kind of helpful for people that are really digging into the numbers of the business and they're afraid of volatility. So like Caspa is still pretty immature, so it can be kind of volatile at times. So accepting Caspa to USD is actually kind of convenient for a merchant that's counting on consistent revenue rather than the approximate long-term revenue. That's pretty amazing. So when you're installing this on your website, is it a plugin that you download at the website, or is this like a string of code you got to throw in?
Well, it depends actually on the ways you want to integrate. So we have plugins, like 5, 6, 7 of them, which are not a string of code, it's plugins. And we have a string of code API, which you can also integrate. In my semi-professional opinion, semi-professional because I'm not a dev, but API is always better than a plugin because it takes a lot of development. So an API integration would take like 2 to 3 days, but in terms of like the flow, the process, and everything, it's a way better system than e-commerce plugins. But e-commerce plugins have their own benefits, which I can't deny. Like, for example, they're very easy to integrate. That's one. And two, there are so many stores that are building on Shopify, and it's amazing that we have a crypto payment solution because in terms of adoption and onboarding more merchants to cryptocurrency, it's wow, it's so big. And then, for people who have a business but don't have a website or don't want to integrate anything, we have simple invoices. So something you just create in your personal account, like a link you can send to your potential buyers or something, and they just click the link and they see a QR code and they can, pay using it. We also have a solution for physical stores, like brick and mortar stores, and it's kind of a point of sale web terminal that we created, which is basically something that, like when a user comes into a cafe or something, the owner of the cafe would be able to show this point of sale terminal on the iPad, for example, and it would work as a point of sale terminal. In our plans, we have actually, let me just stop here. Yeah, that's it.
No, that's awesome. You're leading into a cool question. So, are you planning on developing hardware, or is this just like you grab an iPad and support it with a QR code?
Yeah, that was what I wanted to say. So for now, it's the iPad thing with the QR code, which is customized for brick and mortar stores. But in our plans, we are hoping to either partner up with some, hardware point of sale producer, if I can call it that, or develop our own. We have something we have developed on our own, but it's a very, very work in progress kind of thing, but it's coming. Yeah.
That's awesome. That is like right up our alley, full on adoption, and that is like a perfect first step. So, yeah, that's amazing. That's cool. I'm glad that you guys are actually getting into point of sale hardware. Now, as far as fiat processing go, let's say I'm a merchant and I want to accept crypto, but I'm still living in a fiat world. Do you convert to fiat easily?
Well, so yeah, we do have on-ramp and off-ramp for fiat, but I wouldn't say it's easy. Nothing with fiat is easy because it involves banks, but it's as easy as it gets, let me say that. Like, for example, with fiat on-ramp and off-ramp, we have a third-party provider who does that for us, our partner. With on-ramp, it works the way that on the user's side of things, from the user's point of view, they choose USD when they want to buy something, and then they're brought to the page of our third-party provider, and the way it looks for them, it's like they are buying some cryptocurrency. So they buy it, and then on the merchant's side of things, we process the cryptocurrency for them, we exchange it to the cryptocurrency of the merchant's choice, and they get this crypto or to their wallet. Like, for example, if you want to accept CAS, the user goes to the store and they buy not CAS, they will buy some other cryptocurrency because we chose the one that would require less fees. I think it's Ripple for now. So they buy Ripple, we exchange it to CAS, and the merchant would get CAS. And but it all is processed automatically for the merchant. And for off-ramp, it's also requires something in terms of, for example, going through KYB, because they would need to withdraw their cryptocurrency to a bank. But after they've gone through the KYB, they can store the cryptocurrency they have accepted into their in their account, and then choose to withdraw it all in once to their bank account. This fiat talk doesn't sound too fun compared to when I'm talking about crypto to crypto payments, but it's still there and it's cool.
Yeah, it's still part of life. I mean, it's just something that you got to deal with, right? Like it's on the regulators and countries and wherever location you're at, and what they require and how they transfer from fiat to crypto and back. So, I mean,
Yeah.
as far as what you're offering with the fiat, I mean, you're par for the course. Like nobody does it any different or better. I think we're all optimized as much as possible. Um, Now, when we're talking transaction fees, we do love low transaction fees, and we make small ones for the most part. Like that's the goal. We want to make these little transaction fees to go buy a coffee or whatever. What kind of fee are we looking at if we were to do like point of sale? I'm kind of stepping away from the web-based e-commerce, but actually like point of sale in person.
Mm-hmm. Well, our service fee is always the same. It's 0.5% per transaction. And if it's, for example, CAS to CAS, it's 0.5. And if it's Bitcoin to CAS, for example, so if there is exchange involved, then it's 1%, but it never goes higher than that for crypto to crypto transactions. And the oh my god, sorry. The service fee actually can go down based on the volume of the transactions merchant has. So if it exceeds some amount, which I don't remember now, then we lower it for the merchant.
Nice. And now, just off the top of your mind, because I'm sure this is your competitor, when it comes to like credit card usage fees, do you know what they look like when you're using like a credit or debit card?
Oh yeah. I I should know that. I just forget always the. Oh my god, I can't remember now.
It's
But
okay. I think
yeah,
Square is like 2 or 2.5% in the US, I believe.
I think ours is around that, because I think most of the fiat on ramps have kind of the same fees. But actually, I know our fee is around 2.5%. Uh, but it's bad to bad mouth your competitors. But I know that, for example, Simplex or MonPay have higher fees, so ours is okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, you guys are like having it in some instances more than having it. So that's pretty awesome. That's a nice perk, especially if you're staying crypto to crypto and not having to deal with fiat. Like that's ideal.
Oh yeah.
So I see you have an affiliate program too. Now, this is this geared towards merchants?
So yeah, affiliate program is something I really like because if even if you yourself, and I mean some general kind of you, can't or don't want to accept crypto payments, but you still want to spread the adoption of CAS, you can make introduce other merchants to this wonder that crypto payments are, like go to a cafe or something and see if they want to accept CAS, and use your affiliate link. And if this cafe signs up on no payments and starts accepting payments, you would earn some percentage from their transactions. And it's cool because everybody wins this way. And yeah, and that's something I'm hoping to, like, when we're doing these type of AMAs and I'm talking about the affiliate program, I'm really hoping that the next day somebody that is listening right now would actually go to some shop or cafe in their neighborhood and see if this works, if like your favorite cafe would want to start accepting CAS,
Yeah, that's awesome. And actually kind of the reason why I brought it up.
Yeah.
So I want this, we're all about that organic growth. So spreading this word of mouth and letting us spider out is, ideal. We really want, that's a great incentive to offer people so we can get more people adopting crypto because we want that crypto payment. So now is CAS fully supported right now? Because I know we were waiting a little bit, but did we make it to a point where we're fully supported, or is it the beginning of next month?
Yeah, we are still waiting, but it shouldn't be long now. I think it's like the first week of August, so it's like almost right here.
Nice, that's awesome. Um, so I think I've covered everything I wanted to. Do you have anything you want to ask me, or is there anything you want to mention that maybe we haven't covered?
Well, I mean, I'm not sure if this AMA, involves that, but I would love to learn, or maybe to have a quick short overview of the growth of, CAS ecosystem, because one of my goals as a partnership lead is to see what we can do to kind of be able to contribute best to the ecosystem and to CAS adoption. Maybe there are some tools or features that you want to see developed, and any feedback would be appreciated. And if you're building something and we would need to build something for you to build better, so I hope I'm explaining myself okay, then I would love to know about that.
No, that's a great question. So, just like I guess kind of brief rundown of our ecosystem is we're pretty much we want to I guess I want to call us like Bitcoin 2.0. We have a generalized Nakamoto consensus that we apply to a blockDAG, and the blockDAG is just a blockchain that when orphans occur, we accept it. We actually order it into the ledger, so we don't waste any computational resources there. And this will fluctuate. You can have multiple blocks in a, not in a second, but you can have multiple blocks wide and it'll converge back down. And it kind of just, makes everything efficient and, more power efficient wise, I guess. I'm using the word efficient a lot. So the main goal, though, is we want to use this as a main form of transactions. So, for instance, like Visa, their ideal day, I think on average is like 3,000 TPS or something like that, or 2,000 and some change. We just ran a test net on our new Rust code base, and we reached about 3,000 ourselves. And that was at 10 blocks per second. So in our little sandbox experiment, we proved that it is viable for a proof of work network to make fast, seamless, everyday transactions up to an average Visa day. So we are looking forward to that, and we already know that that's kind of conservative. We are experimenting with it more to dial in the numbers, so I don't want to give hard numbers because they could fluctuate. But we are looking to surpass that for sure. The ultimate goal that we have loose right now, and this is probably going to be after DAG night, is 100 blocks per second. So if we have like 250 TPS times 100, that's what we're looking at in the long run. And that's going to be covering us like Visa on the holidays. So we're really shooting for that. And of course, it's going to be minimal transaction fees, no middleman. Everything's going to be as low overhead as possible, and it's going to be fast. And then DAG night, once that rolls around, we're actually not going to have any network limitations when it comes to speed, or not network, like the crypto network. We're going to have network infrastructure, like we're going to go to the speed of the network latency, but there's not going to be any bottleneck from Caspa once DAG night comes out. It's going to be at the speed of the internet, and as the internet infrastructure advances, Caspa will only get faster. So we're built to sustain and last. As far as what change or now payments or change now could assist with is probably merchant recruiting. I think if we came up with something together for merchant recruiting, that could be ideal. So like when onboarding, we could think of some kind of plan to network together, or like do some kind of affiliate program, or like exclusive. I don't want to say exclusive CAS, because we want adoption overall too, but we are favoring CAS. But yeah, I think that would be pretty cool. But Caspa is actually fully functional as it is, even though it is an immature network. So we don't have like a huge ecosystem like Ethereum with smart contracts and all that stuff, but it is planned and it's expected. There is some smart contract ideas already floating around, native asset ideas floating around. But right now, Caspa is actually functioning exactly how it was designed. And that's what Bitcoin was originally supposed to be, a peer-to-peer transaction currency, but with a realistic speed.
Well, thanks so much. So, in terms of merchant recruitment, which is a really cool idea, one thing we can do already before, we discuss some kind of like a special program, what we can do already is we do have a network of merchants with whom we, communicate on a daily basis and provide support for them. And what we can do is maybe send a newsletter to them when we integrate CAS fully. We can send a newsletter to them saying that here's CAS and it's this and this, and you can see if you want to start accepting it right away, and so that maybe you get. Maybe CAS gets a lot of utility from our existing merchants, and then we can look at how we can recruit new potential merchants together. But it's just me brainstorming.
No, that's great. Networking's huge. And we have a merchant directory that we're building as well. So we could probably potentially do the same, even though we do a lot of announcements on Medium anyway, and that sends out a newsletter. But no, this is great. Love networking, man.
Yeah, awesome. And we have already announced some stuff with you on our socials before, and I was tracking to see how the announcements went, and I saw that several people actually signed up on no payments after reading these articles. So adoption spreading already.
Awesome. If you signed up for Now Payments and you're accepting CAS too, please reach out. We have a Caspa merchant directory that we love to host you on. And then sometimes we even cover ecosystems. I got a new newsletter that I've kind of put out that I'm trying to cover merchants and ecosystem supporters. So definitely reach out and let us know.
Yeah, that would be really cool, because one of the things I really love to do is if there's a merchant who, for example, accepts CAS, we can create a case study together and explore how CAS payments have, benefited a business, and this case study would help other businesses, make the right decision and accept CAS.
Yeah, like the safest, fastest currency in the world in the most decentralized platform.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to open it up to questions. Are you good with taking questions?
Oh yeah, I love questions.
Okay. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to raise your hand. I'm on mobile, so I'm going to try to power through this. But yeah, just raise your hand on the platform and we'll take the vocal questions. I'll try to peruse the text questions as well. Shy audience, nobody wants to ask a question for change now payments, or even about Caspa?
Or maybe it's very straightforward that, yeah, we should all accept Casper payments via no payments.
Okay, I got a text question. Where is change now based? Like, where are you regionally?
Yeah, good question. So, like everything in crypto, the team is decentralized, but our headquarters is in the Netherlands, and we are, registered in Seychelles. But the team is everywhere. Like I'm in Turkey, and we have some people in Spain, and we have some people in Dubai. So everywhere.
Nice. That's another good point about Caspa is that we don't actually have a team. We have just a bunch of contributors, and they're the main network devs are scattered everywhere. A bulk of the founders are in Israel, but we have them. We're getting them more and more everywhere. Oh, we finally got a question. One sec. Hey, Benny, you there?
Hello.
Hey, man, what's going on?
Oh, nothing much. I was just wondering, are there any current like dApps built on Caspa? And also, is there any way you can get it without going to a centralized exchange?
So, I mean, there's a roundabout way. I mean, you can use Change Finance. They have a DEX on there that you can get to Caspa. You can also, if you're an Ethereum user, you can buy wrapped Caspa, and if you want it native, you can use the bridge on Change and then bridge it over to native. Otherwise, you can just hold wrapped Caspa on Ethereum, and that's a one-to-one peg token. But right now, centralized exchange is the best way, or Change Now also offers swaps.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Anything else?
Um, that was it. I just started looking into the token. Token's been like parabolic in the bear market. So I was like, man, let me see what the hell is going on. And I saw the space. That's why I signed up. I was like, let me find out what's actually being built over there to see what's up with it.
Yeah. So you're here early. Definitely keep that in mind. We're still building, and people are really liking where the direction's going. But as far as like what the network's supposed to do in our use case, we're fully operational. We just are making money and hoping to use this money.
So I know your proof of work. You're using the similar mining setup like Bitcoin or more like Ethereum with the ASIC miners.
So we're pivoting to ASIC miners, and that's kind of what Bitcoin's in right now is ASICs. So I mean, there's some GPUs and FPGAs that are hanging on. I think that FPGAs are still doing all right, but as the ASICs roll out, it's going to be kind of no contest. ASICs will dominate, but I mean, ASICs also bring a lot of network security as well, and kind of makes you a major player. Like you're known as like a serious network at this point.
Okay, got it. I guess are y'all doing like a halving type setup with the mining as well? I might have missed that at the beginning.
So halvings aren't as impactful as they are with Bitcoin. So like you know when you look at Bitcoin, they have whatever time I forgot. But when it does, like everybody freaks out because the scarcity goes down. But our halvings happen once a year, but it does it slowly. So it does it by 1/12 every month. So it's kind of like a smooth stepping down to a halving. So it's nothing like abrupt or jarring.
Okay, yeah, got it. Yeah, every 4 years with Bitcoin, and then April of next year's like the next one.
Yep, I knew that was coming up. I just couldn't remember the years for whatever reason. It's been a long day.
That's all good, brother. Appreciate
All
it.
right. So sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but does anybody have any more questions for Change Now or Now Payments? Are you a merchant looking to get into Now Payments? Um, Looking for like integration support? Oh, actually, Kate, if these guys need support, what's the best form of contact for you?
Oh, thanks. Good question. So we are active everywhere. If you DM us on Twitter or tag us on Twitter, we'll be there. But also one of the best ways to contact us is email, which is called partners@nopayments.io. But if you don't like emails, you can really just DM us on Twitter. But yeah, partners@nopayments.io, and I'll be the one perusing your emails. And not just me, but I will be there also.
Awesome. Cool. So let's do one last call for questions and then we can wrap it up here. Alrighty. I think that's a wrap. Well, it was nice talking to you, Kate. I'm happy to see that Now Payments and Change Now is integrated Caspa. That's really exciting for us. And I hope we get lots of merchants together. And yeah, let's boost adoption.
Yeah, me too. Thank you. And it's really great that you've invited me. I hope we can do more of these get-togethers soon and see lots of merchants piping in.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Hopefully you have lots of support or
Yeah.
lots of support questions, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
All
Okay.
righty. Cool. I'll talk to you later. Take
Yeah.
care.
Thanks. Bye.